Hello travelers. Today let's talk about ways we can use activities that will stretch the enjoyment and anticipation of your travel.
And here are some times that you can include travel style activities. One of them is they make a fun addition to a themed dinner like our international dinners. Check out the video up here where we talk about how to create an international dinner.
You could also build an entire staycation around a theme, exploring another country, and do meals and the full themed dinner and activities, and even get out into your community, which we'll be talking about in video 4. If you'd like more information on planning the perfect staycation for you, we have a big blog post on it on Jaunty everywhere, and we'll link to that in the description below.
Yeah. It's also another great supplement to other schoolwork. So if you're learning about a country or culture in your schoolwork for your kids or through college or whatever, these activities are great ways to just supplement that information.
It can also extend and expand your knowledge and appreciation for other cultures, whether you're a child or an adult.
And it's a great way to prepare for travel when you actually get to have feet on the ground going to the countries that you want to visit.
Right. So we would like you to pop a travel-related trivia question into the comments and see if we can answer it. Challenge us.
So we want to share a list of some ideas of activities that you can do that are travel related or could be travel related, starting with trivia. So like the questions you can add in the comments below. You can create trivia or look online for trivia resources. I know that there are a lot of places online that have trivia, and maybe something would be specific to the country that you want to explore. Or just worldwide trivia is fun too.
Mm-hmm. You can also learn a song. With children, obviously, it's fun to learn some national songs or some traditional songs of a culture. But even adults, particularly if you play an instrument or you enjoy singing, this can be a fun thing to do. Whether it's the national anthem or some other popular, even pop music that comes from another country can be interesting to explore.
Mm-hmm. And the arts and crafts of a culture is another way to do an activity that's travel related. Learning an art or a craft that's local to the area that you're researching or exploring, or also finding an artist that is local to that country or place and exploring that. When I was a kid, and even still, I love doing art and crafts. Every culture has a unique craft or art style, so exploring that, doing some of your own art based on that is really fun.
That's definitely Brittany's favorite activity, the arts and crafts. Another way to explore cultures is through games. This could be a couple of different kinds of games. You have games that are actually themed around travel or around another place. For instance, Ticket to Ride comes to mind. Mm-hmm. You have games that are map-based, like Take Off. That's a map-based game where you fly airplanes around the world. And there's also just exploring games that are made in other countries, whether they're traditional games like Go or Mancala, or there are some of the wonderful games that are coming out of Germany right now. You could find out where the game that you're playing has been made and see the differences in different cultures and how that translates in game playing.
Mm-hmm. Like Settlers of Catan was one that you had mentioned,
mm-hmm.
right? Is from Germany?
Yes. Yeah, we actually have a huge blog post on exploring countries and cultures with all of our ideas from this 4 video series, mm-hmm. and all of the links and resources. So we will also link that below if you want to go check out endless resources.
It's a great post. Next are puzzles, and this could be a map puzzle. Those are great to explore an area geographically, or puzzles that are created in that country. I know there are a lot of different cultures that have a unique puzzle style to their culture and a way of playing a game through puzzles. Mm-hmm. So
when we came back from Boston, we bought a puzzle of the downtown Boston area and had such a great time putting it together and just reliving our trip through that. So it can be before you go or after. Mm-hmm. Another idea are coloring books. There are so many coloring books now made for children and adults, and many of them are travel themed. So you can get one based on a country, you can get one about world landmarks, and that's a really fun thing to do. It's also a great thing to have on hand and take with you on an airplane.
Yes. Yeah. Another great activity is getting out maps and just looking at maps. You could have a globe and spin the globe around, or just pull out a book of maps. My husband likes to pore over maps and get all the details. And also on Google Maps, you can go and you can do the, I don't know the technical terms, but you can like go onto the street and walk down the street of a location and see things in images. I don't know, the van drives down the street and takes
the 3D maps.
Yeah, the 3D map. So that's a really cool way to explore something in real life, like right in present day, but also getting out paper maps and just poring over them and seeing where different places are on them and where the capital is, see the geography of a place. It's another great way.
Etiquette is another great window to explore a culture. Whether you're just looking broadly at the world in general, you can find all kinds of resources that describe etiquette rules. Some of them are going to be very different from your culture, and you get a kick out of that. Or if you're looking at a specific country, or especially if you're going to travel to a country, it's really important to understand their basic etiquette so that you don't you get yourself in a pickle. There's a blog, I believe it's the State Department, but I will splash the URL on the screen here. There is a place where you can go to look at all of the basic etiquette rules and standards of behavior in every country, and that is really helpful.
On that note, I recently started reading a book about warm and cold climate cultures, and how different parts of the world kind of have a different perspective on family and work and timelines and what on time means. And it was really fascinating because the stories of how more cold climate people seemed a little bit harsher to warm climate people, and how they would interact, and the hurt feelings that happen. It was just an interesting way to try to understand a different perspective, kind of along the etiquette lines. Like, it's not just the etiquette and the maybe rituals of a country, but also the worldview of that country will impact how you come across and how you perceive the country that you're learning about. So I'll put the name of the book in the description below as well. Another one is having an exchange student, and Mom knows the technical side of this because she's the one that organized it, but we had a bunch of French exchange students growing up over the years. They would come and stay this summer, and it was a really cool way to kind of explore the French culture with a real person who was a similar age to us and growing up, going through the same things as we were. But one of them taught us how to make bulgur wheat crepes, I think, and
buckwheat
crepes, and just a couple other dishes that she happened to know how to make, and that was really fun.
Adults can also host exchange students. You can host the chaperone that comes with a group of kids. There are also programs that bring college students to stay with families, or single adults even. There's lots of opportunities. I'll put the link to the company that we used. It's based out of Portland, and they bring students from France, Spain, and several Asian countries throughout the year. And it can be anywhere from just a week during spring break to a summer to an entire school year. So different levels of commitment. It's a wonderful way to get to know someone from another culture without going to another country.
You may not be able to go everywhere you would like to go, but that doesn't mean you can't explore those cultures while you're at home. We'll put the link in the description below to our blog post that we've been talking about how to explore cultures and countries. And be sure to keep an eye out for our next video in this series.
This is the third of a 4-part series on exploring cultures at home. The next one will be on getting out in your own hometown and exploring other cultures.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up because
it supports our channel. Until next time,
thanks for watching. Happy travels.